What's going on, everybody? JD here with the next episode of JD Plays Ark Survival Evolved on my private server with some S plus for spice. Last time we finished up building our boat trap. We've got a little bit of things changed on that, and I've got a bit more polish to do on it. That's not really what we're going to focus too much on right off the bat here today. Right now we're going to grab some poop because, you know, I got this thing for poop. And I just had one of those dirty little thieving birds steal my metal axe. So I want to come into the actual base. Now the boat is down here, ready for usage when we're ready to go with it. And I'll show you what modifications we made in just a minute. Been hanging out with my doo-doo dodos. They've been producing me lots of, well, you know, doo-doo, because they're doo-doo dodos. And that's good. As you remember, we set up a preserving bin up here. I've got lots of spoiled meat going on. I've got some narco berries. I've got quite a few eggs built up in here, and we're getting things going on. That's good. Last time I set up a bunch of ingots to smelt down for me before I took off. And so I was at about 77 ingots, but I repaired that axe, and then it got stolen. So I crafted a new axe, and I went ahead and crafted myself a sickle. I still have 52 ingots left. And let's look at what we've got. You know, we've got the pickaxe, the enchanted metal, Ingram metal hatchet, and then the sickle. The sickle costs 18 ingots. Okay, these things are not cheap, but they are so good, so good, so good. Obviously, we've got the crossbow. I'm gaining another level, and we've got a lot of Ingrams to spend. Okay, so it's time to kind of go back through and take a look at what are things that we might need that we don't have right now. It may be time to go ahead and consider upgrading armor, and so I'm going to do that. That's going to be a little expensive, but I would like to have hide armor at least craftable for me now, so that's good. What else is going to be kind of necessary going forward? Well, this is all S plus stuff that we should already have. Not sure why we don't. And if we're going to buy pipes, we might as well get them all. So let's finish off the piping system. That's good. Sorry, you're going to have to just live with the dodos for a bit. You know, that's part of being a dodo tamer. We've got dodos for life. Let's go ahead and pick up the pike. I am a bigger fan of the pike in a lot of situations than I actually am the sword. Let's go ahead and grab stone hatch frames. I think those are going to be useful to us at some point. Maybe not right this minute. We're going to continue to scroll down here. Now, we're looking at saddles now. I've got the one that I want here in the form of the mammoth. And so there's a terror bird. Here's the ghillie stuff. The ghillie stuff is really nice. And I might want to get some of that ghillie stuff eventually. Here's the Sarco saddle. We're starting to get into guns. Look, simple pistol, long neck rifle. There's going to be some really good things that come from that. What I want to know is, I'm pretty sure it's this saddle right here at level 38 when we get it. But how far are we off? Yeah, 38 for Pteranodon. Pteranodons are huge. They open the game up for us massively. And we haven't done a lot with dinos. I said dodos. We haven't done a lot with dinos yet because we've kind of just been building up and surviving and getting other things that I know we're going to need. You may have gone after dinos a lot earlier. There have been times that I go after dinos within the first few minutes. But a big part of going after dinos is having a steady supply of narco berries. And right now I don't. Now I do have rain coming down, and that's good. And what I want to do real quick is I want to get some new crop plots crafted. Okay. Now as we can see, the small crop plot works just fine for growing narco berries. Okay. What else do I need? I need stone. I need some stone to be able to craft crop plots. All right. Let's grab some stone right quick. Now there are a couple of different types of crops though, and not everything is going to grow real well in a small crop plot. There may be times where we need something that's a bit bigger, and for that we would like mediums and larges, right? I can tell you now that outside of playing on a PvP server, or unless you want to run plant species X, you do not need large. That's all you need large crop plots for, is for growing and maintaining plant species X. However, for any of these specialty crops, such as rock carrot, savo root, long grass, any of the citronal, any of that stuff, you're going to need medium crop plots for these things, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to pop a little fertilizer out of each of these. I'm going to go ahead and fertilize this one and this one. And we've got more fertilizer crafting. We're going to steal the narco seed out of this because that narco seed is extra. Anytime you start growing a plant, it will take the seed, it will consume it, But as the plant grows, it will actually return you another seed. So we've got 2 crop plots, and I've actually 3 crop plots that I'm going to be growing narcos in. And this medium, I'm going to actually throw in some rock carrot seed. And we're going to start growing rock carrots. So we're going to add to our ability to farm, and we're going to mostly just continue to leave this as rain irrigated. Now, that may not be the best idea because we may not be able to hold enough water there. So let's talk about piping for a second. So let's see. What does it fall under? Is it under farms? No. Is it under stone? Yes, pipes. What I'd like to get is I'd like to get one of these water tanks. Now, we need cementing paste for that. Cementing paste is not very hard to make. We make it in our handy dandy mortar and pestle right here. Okay, so one of the things that we can make is cementing paste. We need keratin or chitin and some stone for that. I happen to have some keratin right here. I have some more on me right here. I am running a little low on stone, but I think we can pull this off, right? So let's throw some stone in. I had some stone. There we go. All right. So throw some stone in, throw some chitin in, and let's make 5 of these. Right? Okay. Crafting. Because that's what we need for this. This and 30 stone. And this is going to use up 40 of the stone we have here. So I don't think we're going to quite have enough, but that's okay. We'll go grab some more. Now, I gained my level a moment ago from crafting narcotics. And as you can see, we've got a little bit crafted up and ready to go. Right here, 38. That's enough to do some stuff with, and that's good. We're going to need a whole lot more if we want to get any kind of serious stuff going on. All right. So let's get a little more stone right quick. So what's the purpose of making one of these tanks? Well, it does exactly what you might think. It's a water storage, right? Before I dive into that, let's look at something. We're a long way from getting down to the metal stuff, but at the same time, we're not. We get it at level 40. And these initial stone tanks, they don't hold a lot of water, but they do hold some. So it's kind of up to you as to whether you do the investment for putting it into this. I'm going to make one just for the sake of saying, okay, I can show you that regardless of your server settings, you could literally set up a pipe system up on this mountain and never have to go down there and get water, depending on the number of these tanks like this that you were to build and the number of in your piping network. You'll need so many tanks of water per crop plot, and you'll need to figure that out. Now, on most standard servers with the standard day-night cycle, you're not going to have a lot to have to worry about in terms of how much. Hang on, I want to try to get this kind of lined up square. There's a way to line these things up perfectly, but I don't ever remember the right way to do it. I think I built the wrong pipe, actually. No, I didn't. I built the right one. Okay. Anyway, there's a ratio you can get with planting and farming for the amount of water each one's going to consume. On a standard server, though, let's say you didn't want to irrigate at all. You wanted it to all be done by rainwater. I'm pretty positive both large and medium crop plots hold enough water in their vanilla form that you don't have to run any form of pipes to keep them active. They will survive on their own. Okay, if you wanted to do so, that you could without any issue, but you don't have to. Okay, so let's take this tank, and I've used 2 cross pipes there, right? I lined one up with this platform because this platform is actually on a grid with that over there. I ran myself a pattern so that I could hook this back into that if I ever so chose and keep a single structure. And now I've got my pipes tied into that same grid where they're all going to be nice and easy to attach. Now I'm going to go ahead and just attach one of these tanks to this right here. That doesn't do a whole lot of good for these though, does it? Well, it does. We just need to finish running the water over to it. So let's give ourselves an incline pipe. And the last thing we're going to need will be this right here. So we'll take the incline pipe and pop it where it's pointing up, like so. And what we can do is get a little bit of stone. By the way, I tried to trap the raptor, right, the alpha, and I shot him in the face, and the dude ran away. I don't get it. But don't worry. Hunting season is coming soon. Very soon, in fact. Stone is going to be one of the probably my most heavily farmed materials because I plan to probably end up building more out of stone than just about anything else. Metal is fantastic in terms of defense for a base. If you're playing on a PvP server, you absolutely want to do metal. But I legitimately like the look of stone bases better. And since I'm in a single player world, I get to go more for aesthetic quality than for what is required to survive. And I'm going to be basing a lot of my base build around that that fact. I'm starving right now. Let's have a dodo egg. I'm going to build one more of these cross pipes, and you'll see why in just a moment. Now, unlike everything else, I did not do a good job of aligning my crop plots, right? They're just kind of thrown out there. And that's not that big a deal. These aren't intended to be permanent. They're how I've got it set up right now. So now this cross, it kind of, hangs over all of these guys, and that's cool. Let's put my water. Let's actually put it right here. Okay. Now nothing's coming out of that, and that's okay. Nothing should be coming out of that. This guy over here is going to hold up to 200, water. That's basically a little more than a water skin. It's what a small crop plot holds. Okay, that's all well and good. So we're probably going to want a few of those, right? If we really want to get much done. But I don't want to use up all of my chitin making cementing paste. I don't really have a stable source of that yet unless I start fighting all these turtles. So let's look at what it would take to fight one of these turtles. We got a new weapon. We got these, right? And these need wood. Okay, let's throw this in here. Let's throw our thatch in there. We don't need any of this stuff on us right now. So let's make this. And then let's come back real quick and look at armor for a second. I can make hide armor now. So we need fiber and hide for that as well. And so I'm going to grab some hide. And we're going to grab our pike. And we haven't really demonstrated the sickle yet. So let's show what this does. Now gathering fiber is kind of tedious. So a single plant, I gained 15 fiber and some berries. Enter the sickle. 60 fiber from a single plant, and we don't have to deal with berries anymore. Once you get your hands on a sickle, and if you can get your hands on a sickle early game, like say you're on a server and you've got some friends there and they hook you up with a sickle early game, man, crafting cloth caps is one of the fastest ways for you to level. Oh, it's one of those damnable birds, huh? I see you, Mr. Birdie. I'm prepping for you, don't you worry. All right, so let's make ourselves some hide armor. So we've got hide chest, hat, boots, gloves, pants. All right. Where's that bird? I hear it. Oh, it's a pteranodon. I was like, what? Wait, is that? Yeah, it's a pteranodon. All right. So let's look at what we've got difference here. Our current chest gives hypothermic of 15 and hypothermic of 8, hyperthermic of 15. That's cool. It gives 10 armor. This chest gives much better. It's double the armor, 20. But it hurts us on hyperthermic. It takes us down -5, but way better on hypothermic. It's a 20. So if we're in a hot area, we really would rather have the cloth. But if we're in a cool area, we'd really rather have the hide. The hide is much more durable. Our armor is going to literally double right now. And that's a good thing for us. There we go. Now we look like a biker. A little short, stubby, fat biker. All right, cool. So we got that, and then we've got our fancy schmancy stabbing stick here. Let's see if we can find a Carbonimus to fight. Let's see just how rough farming keratin and chitin is going to be if we want to start farming it off of turtles. Now, for things like this is awesome, right? I can just come up and start stabbing this, and it's basically a tool that I don't have to worry about wasting my tool's durability anymore to kill things. I can just stab them with this metal pole that has a really good durability on it. But this is also where my melee damage starts to come in. My melee damage sucks. And because of that, my ability to use this tool sucks. I'm better off just shooting things, to be perfectly honest with you. But having a pike on you is still a pretty good idea because you just got shot in the face. Hope you enjoyed that stem berry, buddy. Yeah, come on. Circle back around and dive me. Dive me again. I see your friend. There's one. Where's your buddy at? I know he's around here. Come meet your friend, big boy. Alright, so with that done, let's get some bolas. What am I missing? Thatch. Alright, let's get some thatch right quick. Okay, so I grabbed all my water skins. I haven't found a turtle, but a while back, you know, there's a turtle. We took a little trip. Let's kill this turtle real quick. I'm going to shoot him so that he starts coming towards me. And turtle in the face. Now with the turtle, you can kind of hold them off by staying just out of their range with a long enough reach weapon and stabbing them like I'm doing right now. But you got to be very careful about it. You can also wheel on them, and if you wheel at just the right speed, you can sit there and stab them. But you want to be getting the 40s for headshots. Anything else and you're hitting shell, and it's going to take you a lot more swings than if you were just doing this. Enter crossbow for a minute. 95. So because our melee damage is so terrible, we're better off shooting this guy in the face. It's going to take us a lot longer to kill him. Turtles, if you're trying to fight them, it's a good tactic to find things to get them hung up on, or even like this that they can literally get stuck on and just dance around them. But you always want to be shooting them in the head. And if you don't have armor or good health, you really don't want to let them get close to you. But you can see that from right there, I'm able to hit him. And he dies, you know, it's dying pretty rapidly. That one's also mated. So I was dealing with a mated bonus. So that's also slowed things down further. All right, let's see how much keratin and chitin we get here. Now these are a great source of keratin and chitin. They're easy to kill. They just take a little bit. But, you know, they're slow. There's not a major risk to you. So fighting those things is probably a good idea once you're kind of established and if you feel comfortable with your combat capabilities in the game. So here's a female. Let's see how much damage the sickle does. All right. Yeah. Same amount as the pole, but nowhere near as much reach. And the hide armor really does help a lot. Like 3 hits from one of these things, like early game, and it's gonna be hurting. And apparently somebody has decided to play with my light switches. 90 down to 19 when you don't headshot. Make sure you're getting headshots. If you're not getting headshots, you're wasting ammo and time. But if you really want to go cheap, just stab them with a metal pole, because now you're not wasting really much of anything. Get stuck right there. Thank you for getting stuck right there. Now be careful getting things stuck like this. It will in a second either turn around and walk around, or it can like kind of glitch and teleport onto you. And then there's not much you can do because you were cheating. So, you know. But when you can get them hung, they just stand here and die. It's glorious. And that's an easy kill. Not bad. Not a bad amount of keratin harvested right there. I'm a little bit hungry. Let's eat some raw meat because I'm that kind of a hunter. I eat what I kill. Hey, I see a bird. Oh, I am getting low on health. I'm going to try to take this bird out, but it could cost me my life. Oh, I got him in a one shot. Ah, headshot, baby. And I got my arrow back. That's when it's a good day. When you take one of these things out and get your arrow back, it's like justice. Okay, anyways. A while back while we were traveling out this way, you can see I can farm keratin. It's not too difficult. We got 21 off those 2 turtles. They're not the fastest thing in the world to kill, but we can easily farm that, okay? But there's an easier way. Now, when I say easier way, it isn't like really easier. At least not on foot the way we are right now. But come back up here, and if you remember, there's these ponds, right? And I pointed out to you that in these ponds, there are beavers. And hey, look, a blue supply drop. I think I'm of level to be able to open that blue supply drop. Let's investigate the dangers surrounding the pond. Is there anything bad in the water? There are turtles. There are fish. Let's go try to get this supply drop. There's a beaver right there swimming straight towards me. All right, let's go for this supply drop right quick. This could be a good thing for me. What do we got in here? This one has a blueprint for metal doors. So I can make metal doors now. That's not bad. Now right here ahead of me is a beaver dam, okay? If I open that beaver dam, the beaver that just swam past me is going to come and he's going to destroy me. And I mean that in the most literal sense. He will kill me. They are fast, they are vicious, and they are aggressive. Now, until I mess with his dam, the beaver really won't mess with me much, okay? But there's a beaver dam right there under the water. So we see one right over there. Here's look, there's 2 more beavers right here. They're just in here swimming around unbeknownst to you. And they've got some more dams. Like here's a dam. There's a dam. There's another one over there. So there's at least 4 dams here right now, okay? The second I touch one of these dams, these beavers are going to go just absolutely ballistic on me. And we've got an Argent right here. He'll also attack me. Argents are very meat-hungry creatures and very greedy. But, and I'm going to die from this. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to open one of these things, and I'm going to show you what's inside. So check it out. Open it, and inside there's a ton of this cementing paste, bunch of wood, and there can be anything from pearls to rare flowers, rare mushrooms. All those kinds of things can exist in there. And when you can fly, those are an excellent source of gathering these materials. For right now, we're going to run. It doesn't look like we're being... Yes, we are. I didn't think we were being pursued, but we are. We're going to try to hopefully get away scot-free because you saw how much cementing paste I just took. That was a lot. And for me, that's saving me a ton of keratin and chitin by being able to rob those beavers of their cementing paste. And it looks like I got away with it, amazingly. I'm hoping I did. Now, here's the one thing about it. It's a beaver. If you have a wooden base, don't take the beaver to your base. The beaver is going to destroy your base if it's made of wood. The same thing is true for a raft. The beavers destroy wooden objects. It will shred a raft. So be very careful about this. I am overheating because I am wearing hide armor and I have no water. And I meant to refill all these little water skins while I was at that pond, but I got too excited about robbing from the beavers. Shows you how intelligent I am. Anyway, let's look at this. Look at how much we just made out with. 100, 200, 300, 371 cementing paste from a single beaver dam. That is pretty beautiful in my opinion. So we can come over here now and we can craft and go back up to farming. And I'm sorry, stone. Stone is what we want. Pipes. And we can now make a few of these if we want, right? These are pretty easy now because of what we just did. Because we robbed a bunch of beavers, we can make ourselves some tanks. And the cementing paste is something you're pretty much going to be using a lot of, like a lot. And the more of these tanks that we can kind of put in place, the better, because we can store up more and more water for when we're not here, or for when rain is slow at getting here or whatever. It's a very good thing to have water storage. I need a little bit more stone. I want to craft another 4-way here. So I tend to not leave, I try to hang my tanks in a way that they don't interfere with anything else, like how I've kind of got that one suspended in air. That's pretty much how I always try to build my tank systems. And once you get some pipes and whatnot, so I think we should be able to, yeah, we can connect another pipe there. This one's on the network, that's good. And I can extend these others to going right here as well. You just got to kind of get them on there in the right. Tanks are not always fun to place. So there's one. And let's see if we can get this one right here on there. I'll have to swing out here to the side. There we go. Bam. There's one. All right. So we've got 600, we'll call it gallons for lack of a better term for right now. But we've got 600 gallons of water. But no rain. Now here's the cool thing. Every time it rains, those tanks are going to capture the water and they're going to hold it. And if our farm plots start to run low on water, they'll release enough to fill the plots back up and then they'll stop releasing. So the water's never really wasted having it there. And, you know, if you're happening to be playing on like Scorched Earth where it doesn't rain, having water stored up in tanks, oh, that could be bad. Let's handle that. Because these guys are dicks. See, why did that do no damage? It's clearly got arrows sticking out of its head. It stole it. I dropped my weapon. What? Crossbow's too heavy for it, I guess. Missed. Come on, dive on me. There you go. Come on, you ready? How? Come on. Did I not pick that up just now? Alright, where's he at? I shot him in the chest with a crossbow. How does he live? Yeah, big boy. Took my crossbow away from me twice and I still killed you. I kilted you. Alright, so let's fill these guys up. We'll put them down here on 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Alright, so we already know that I can just go fill up the crop plots, but we can also go overstock the tanks with water. We can use these or jars and stock up our tanks with water. Now, I still want to probably at some point build a nice big ramp. But I'm not so great at the building of the ramps. I need to practice it. That's one of my weaker points right now. So, let's drop some water in here, right? Bam, 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 bam. Okay. And we can hit E. And now there is water in this, right? But the water is flowing out through here, and these now say irrigated. So that one water spigot is irrigating all of these, and they're growing, and they have max water. And as long as there is water stored in here, notice how all the pipes are now blue? As long as they're blue, that means there's water in this, and it's irrigating. But look, it's draining. We're down to 6 of that 46. Well, it's because we had to catch everything up. And now that everything is caught up, we're okay. So I could go fill these up again and come back, and I could fill these tanks up, and they would hold this water for a little bit until those plots needed it. Now, I don't really feel like running back and forth up and down to do that, but I could. Instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it alone because these tanks are going to generate water on their own from now on when it rains, and we'll have... Did I just get attacked by something? We'll have water storage, and that's pretty awesome, right? Now, obviously, I had a good little bit of metal inside of the house just now. You know, I was able to craft my sickle, and I was able to craft my pike and repair my other tools and things of that. Uh-oh, there's that beaver that was mad at me. He did chase me. Oh, look, it's raining. Perfect. This is perfect. Oh, and beavers are completely tameable, by the way, and they actually make for especially good wood harvesters. They reduce the weight of wood as long as it's in their inventory. So you take them to a tree, you let them harvest the tree, and they can actually carry I think it's 5 times as much wood as their weight would normally allow. Now look at this. These things are filling up. 47, 60, 57. And so as the water falls, these guys are going to fill themselves up, and the plants are going to fill themselves up, and we've got water from now on. Anytime I want to put down a new crop plot, we're going to have water from these tanks. I could also sit here and fill all of my bags up to fill it all up faster if I wanted to, right? My little water skins. Come in here, drop them all in, and let them fill this thing up. 198. This guy's capped out. I think I only need to do it once, to be honest. Yep, he's capped out. Now, these guys aren't all that great because they don't really hold that much water. We could do a lot better. But to start us off, it's better than nothing. That's for sure, right? Between this and how easy it is for us to get poop, we've got farming going that's giving us crops. If nothing else, we could use that as an active food source if we didn't have so many other ways of getting food, because as you've seen, hunting is really easy. Berry gathering, it's really easy. You just got to know what to hunt and what to gather berries from. As far as the water skins right now, I'm just actually going to store these guys in here because there's no reason for me to keep these many water skins on me. I'm always doing something that allows me to get water without the need of those, okay? Let's go ahead and re-equip here. Now that it's raining, it's not so hot, I can put my regular armor back on. Poop. And let's drop the poops off. What have we got? We've got 3 mediums. Nice. Some thatch for that. A human. Cool. Sounds good. Okay, so let's go take a look at the raft real quick. I told you guys I made some changes to the raft. We're going to glance that. We've got more farming set up. We're growing more narco berries. These guys, I've already harvested over 100 plus out of here. They're back up to 18 already. These guys are growing. It's going to take them a minute to really start producing. But once this starts producing, this is going to be producing me a lot of narco berries. I really almost don't even need a dino for that. But wait until you see how much a dino can produce. You're going to be like, yo, screw farming that stuff. Because really, it is kind of like screw farming that stuff. There are other things that it's important to farm, but like the specialty crops. But you really don't, once you get a good dino, you don't really need to grow narco berries or any of the other forms of berries. Having a couple of crop plots lying around with them, because it's passive, it's not a bad idea. You can, I mean, every narco berry that you get every time you get 5 narco berries, that's 4 experience. So why not grow them? You know, it's not costing you anything. It's not difficult. You're going to have a farming system set up for your specialty crops anyways. The narco berries are just kind of like the cherry on top. So what I've done, oh, ignore this, by the way. This is just a stone ramp, but it does look pretty cool. I've added a second story, right? And what I did with that is I added a ceiling here and here, moved some of this stuff up top. Wow, that is about to bust. We need to repair this. What do I need? 15, 15, and 5. Okay, that's about to break, so we definitely want to repair that. I wonder if that bird was just attacking this, because that sucks. Anyway, I'm able to close my door from this window. That's pretty awesome. Getting the door to open that direction is not so easy, and I think that might be how I need to pay attention to when I'm placing the door frame, the gateway, so that it would open inside like that. But it's nice, because now I can just run inside and close it from in here while the dino's inside of there. I'm able to shoot through this window now, so that's nice. I've got my smithy here, and I've added an extra door on so that I can get out the sides if I need to, and not just out this one side of this, you know, the back end. All right. Now, a minute ago, I was taking you guys to see where I get all my metal from. That'll have to wait for next time because I did a very long episode last time, and so I really want to keep this one much shorter, you know, in scope. We're just kind of tying up some loose ends, cleaning some things up, getting things ready to go for what comes next. And what comes next is taming our first dino. So in the next episode, I'm anticipating going after either a stego or a mammoth, maybe both. I may go after a stego first, since we did make the Ingram points in investing in its saddles. And they can be a lot easier to tame than a mammoth can, and use them as the kind of the catalyst to getting to the mammoth. Because for the mammoth, we're going to need, you know, especially if we want to go after a high level one, we're going to need considerably more resources. If I remember correctly, Let me pull it up. A mammoth at level 150. So let's say we went all out, right, to get the best. We would either need 532 crops, which are like rock carrot, or 709 mayho berries specifically, or 1,063 berries. Keep in mind that depending on which one you use, he's not going to gain nearly as many bonus levels. But also keep in mind that really, when I say those numbers, we only need a third of that. So we need 709 mayho berries. We actually only need around 200. That's not hard. The problem is the time. If we were to tame him with mayho berries or crops, we're looking at about 2 hours and 10 minutes to tame that. Now, normally that's 7.5 hours, but because of the taming multiplier, it's not quite as bad. What would be much better is if we could get our hands on raptor eggs and do it via raptor kibble. And raptors are not exactly something that is difficult. Wow, that was not smart, JD. Are not exactly something that is difficult for us to tame because we get so much meat. And with all that meat, we could raw meat tame them and just have them as egg layers. We would just need to go somewhere to get them. So I am considering going after raptors to get kibble to go after mammoths and kind of showing more of the process of the cycle you would normally do. Now, as far as stegos go, let's say I wanted to go straight for a stego. Well, it just so happens, at least the last time I checked, I could be wrong about this, there was a stego right around here on this beach. Let's keep on rolling, keep on trucking. And hopefully my voice is coming through louder and clearer. I've been adjusting my mic setup and trying to tweak and adjust the stream for a bit better clarity and quality. There was a stego. It's either right here around this corner or it's one more loop around to the next corner, but I think it's right here. Yeah, right there, off to the left. We have a stego sitting right here. Now, whether or not we can get that bad boy in here is a question. But look, there's also a raptor up there. And a raptor would be very good to tame right now. At least I think there's a raptor. Let me cruise up here a little further. No, that's a parasaur being chased by a bunch of dilos. At least I think that's what I see. Let's go grab this supply drop real quick. What time is it? We're at 38 minutes. Yeah, we need to call the episode done, but I am considering trapping that stego. Now, I've got the stuff to knock it unconscious, depending on its level, back up in the base, but getting it trapped in here would be kind of a good enough start. What do we... Narcotics, nice. This is an excellent supply drop. All actual supplies. I'll take that as a victory. There's a Spino sitting over there. One of these days that Spino is going to come try to eat me, I have a feeling. I don't get along with Spinos. They've caused me a lot of hell in my lifetime. And I'm sure not for the last time. Dirty bastards! Alright. So the problem with this stego is how close he's hanging to that little violent monster right there who wants to eat me usually. I'm pretty sure there's a few of those in there actually now that I'm looking. But I'm also pretty sure that there's some raptors in there. I wonder. Let's see here. Let's try to... I'm going to spin it around the opposite direction for a second. Because... dang it. Spinning this thing can be a very difficult thing sometimes because you want to spin it just right to get your ramp out. There we go. That's where I want it. All right, my ramp is perfect right now. If I could pull this off. What I don't want is that guy. What I do want is that guy. Boom. All right, we got the shot. Here it comes. It's in. We hit E. We're going to go out into the water. We're going to try to come around here. And we're going to try to get over there and close the gate. Gate's closed. Okay. So she's trapped right now. She is on, I don't even know what she is, but she is on board the boat. So here's what we're going to do. Now she's going to attack things in the base. Okay. This is a level 20. All right. That tail is vicious. We can travel to the base from here. And basically, as long as things aren't made of wood, they should be... look, see? She broke down our furnace. And this. I kind of saw that coming, though. That's okay. So the things on the top row were definitely not safe. But that's okay. That's how we learn. What else is she breaking? Oh, they broke the foundation on the roof on the ceiling. Now she's under attack right now from Dimetrodons. That's bad. I don't know that she can even kill those Dimetrodons. Those little boogers are vicious. But let's take her back over near home. If the Dimetrodons catch up or keep up or whatever, she can jack them up. But you notice that she's no longer swinging. She broke some of my stuff, and she's done now, which is okay. Everything she broke is very easily replaceable and worth it. And plus, it showed me something I needed to see. We're going to need to move those things. That's not that big a deal. This is more or less a test craft anyways, but we have a stego trapped. And I think I said it was a level 20. Let's look it up real quick on Dodo Deck. So a level 20 Stegosaurus 20. So level 20 Stegosaurus will take me about 30 minutes to tame. Unless I have Sarco Kibble, which I don't have Sarco Kibble, so that's not going to be a thing. We're going to need about, I don't know, 60 some odd Mayho berries. So what I'm going to do is I'll get her knocked out and ready to go for taming. And maybe next time I'll have her, I'll start it up just about the time she's going to be done. And we'll have our first tame dino. But she is trapped. That's what's important to me. She's not attacking anymore. She doesn't appear to be aggressive anymore. That's good for me. So at this point, I can kind of just leave the raft chilling. We can run back to base, get what we need, and come back and take care of her. I don't think anything can kill her through there, at least unless they're like an airborne dino that wants to attack her. So like if there was a Argentavis, it could attack her and kill her in there. But most other things will not. Technically, if I were a good enough shot, I could sit at the top of this platform that I'm heading towards right now and shoot down with my crossbow and knock her out from up here. But so what I'm going to need to pull this tame off is, let's say I'm just going to do a berry tame because she's low level, right? I'm going to need about 10 narcotics. That's no problem. Maybe 12. 30 minutes of time and around 8 tranq darts or, tranquilizer arrows. So we're going to knock her out real quick before I end this episode. Because I've got all of that right here for the most part. So let's see. Craft, tranq. Let's do 20 just to be on the safe side. That'll leave me 18 narcotics to keep her under wraps with. And then let's do a new preserving bin. Add that to the queue. All right, what are we doing what do we got for Mayho berries right now? I got 32 right here. I've got 70 on me. I said I would need about that many. So I may need to do a little bit of berry gathering. It's not that big a deal though. Do you guys have any Mayhos? There's some Mayhos. What about you? Yep. I think we're good on Mayhos now. And that's awesome. All right, so if you enjoyed this one, if you liked what you've seen, like it. If you'd like to see more, like it. Click that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what I'm doing well, what I'm doing poorly at, what you'd like to see me do more of or maybe less of. And I will try to take those opinions and ideas. Oh, no. Climate. Woof. Into consideration as we go forward. And I'm still going to knock this girl out before we end the episode, though. Oh, no! Oh, I lived. Till a bird attacks me, I lived. Till I collapse. Okay, we got some narcotic trank darts here. There we go. Now, we have to be careful knocking her out. She can royally jack me up. That's a fact. Okay? Broken bones for the lose. Oh, I'm about to be starving, too. Do I have any actual food? I got dodo eggs. Duh. That'll help me heal real rapidly. There we go. We're doing good again. All right. So, trank darts loaded. Let the fun begin. Now, I know she can hit me from up here, so this is probably not a good place to do that from. Let's think about this for a second. Right here is probably a little bit better. We want to really hit her in the head. There's one. Two. Headshots are best shots with trank darts. 3. 4. The more damage the shot does, the more tranquilizing power it's going to have. 5. 6. 7. If she starts running, that's good. Ow. Man, that's... Oh, I can headshot her in here? That's amazing. Boom. She is down. A timer has now begun on her. As long as I have the berries when she gets down to a low enough amount of hunger, I can feed her up and I will be able to tame her. So there we go. This should be our first tame. We have to wait for this meter to get down low enough, but that's going to be a thing soon enough, and we'll feed her a bunch of mayho berries and life will be cool because we will have our first dino. With that, guys, I'm going to call it Dunskies. You guys have a fantastic evening. I will see you all next time. Laters.